So in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you what UGC is, how it works, why brands as big as H&R Block and T-Mobile are utilizing small creators, and how you are going to lay out the foundation to get your first $5,000 made from user-generated content. So however you landed on this video, you sent me a DM, commented a keyword, or you found it organically on YouTube, you're in the right spot. I'm going to lay out not only the foundation, how it works, why it works, but how you can take the actionable steps to get to your first 5K making money on your phone. This is how I broke into internet money. I've tried a laundry list of things in the past, and this is what stuck. So I'm gonna share it with you guys and show you how I did it. So I quit my blue-collar job in September of 2025 because I was doing this all month, after work, a couple hours a day, and I ended up making more in those few hours a day than I had made that month slaving away at the worst job I could imagine. And I knew that that was for me. That was real. It was tangible. I actually saw the income from it. So I dove all in, quit my job, and have been doing it since. That first month I hit $4,800. It's only gone uphill from there to where in March of 2026, this past March, was $11,000 in UGC retainers. And now I'm helping other creators follow the same path and do what I do. And it's a pretty cool path because now I live in Bali. I make my entire income from my phone. I have a laptop, but I barely use it. So I want to give you guys the full playbook on how to do exactly that. So we are going to cover portfolio, social proof, SideShift, Artec, the Discord communities, my community, as well as a realistic time frame of a timeline of how long it's going to take for you to get there and how much time you realistically need to spend per day or per week towards doing content. This is the exact system it takes. So no fluff. I don't want to waste either of our time. So let's dive straight into it. So what is UGC is the first question I get asked a lot. It stands for user generated content. It is where you make raw organic ads from your phone that don't look like ads, and you either send them to brands for them to use on their brand accounts, or you create new brand accounts on TikTok and or Instagram, possibly YouTube Shorts, and you'll post them on there. So you're not flooding your personal brand with ads from another company. I wouldn't do that because I want to keep my personal brand aligning with exactly what I want to post and not advertising and turning my account into someone else's billboard. That's why I love it. Secondly, it comes with full location freedom. We'll jump into that a little bit later, but like I said, I live in Bali. It gives it opens up a lot of cool opportunities once you actually dive in and make it work. So the reason you don't need followers for this is because brands are not paying for your audience and your reach. They're paying specifically for the skill and the product of the videos that you provide them. So it doesn't matter how big your following is or if you have a following whatsoever, because none of your followers are going to see it. You're not posting it on your account whatsoever, ever. Like, that's not how UGC works. This is a brand account that you're posting on, or you're sending it to the brand for them to post your content. This is not like a sponsorship. This is not paid ads on your personal account. This is not a shout out or a promo or a collab for your personal brand. That's why I was able to start and make my first $5,000 months before I had 2,000 followers. I have creators in my community doing $5,000, $6,000 a month, even more, with less than 200 followers on their personal account, because it does not factor into what you can make or what brands will pay you into UGC or for UGC whatsoever. The only thing that a following will help with, if you are watching and have a personal brand built up, you can charge a little bit more off the bat as a new creator, because it shows brands that you can be engaging, you can create good, consistent content and gain a following, reach an audience. So even though they're not paying for your audience, it's just the proof that you can already create. So that just allows you to charge a little bit more off the start, but in reality, it's not going to play into this very much at all. And brands are stepping away from the highly polished ads because marketing campaigns and agencies, that model is getting slow and expensive at the same time. where a brand will pay, thousands of dollars for a marketing agency to come in, record a few ads, paid actors, and run those ads, and it's going to cost them thousands for just a handful of videos, where in turn they can get 30, 50, 100 UGC creators, paying them $600 to $1,000, $2,000 a month, and they're all posting 30 videos a month, which these type of videos are super low effort, so you don't get the headache of, oh my goodness, 30 videos a month sounds like a lot for one brand. But in reality, they not only give you video templates to follow, so you're not creating organic content, like you're not creating a fully original content, you're not having to come up with all these new ideas, you're following a format of other creators that's already working, and if they don't give you a template to follow, they will give you a full script. So you're just reading a script or copying someone else's video and twisting it a little bit. But that's why it's super easy to replicate and push out 30 videos a month. There was a time I was posting for 21 brands, or 13 brands, up to 14 brands per month, and I was posting 21 times a day, excluding my personal brand and continuing to post on my personal Instagram. So it sounds crazy, but I was able to do that in less than 4 hours a day, because when you have the right systems in place and batch recording, we'll dive into a little bit later in the video, then it really becomes a streamlined system to where the creativity side is at minimal and you're really just creating income off of sitting in front of your phone yapping for like 30 minutes. You cut that up into all the videos you need for the week, and that's done. You move on to the next brand, rinse and repeat. That's how me and other creators are able to make, scale past the $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month mark, is because the time management and the repeatable side, or the repeatability of these videos. It's very easy to create this content over and over, even if it feels repetitive. The brands want that message spread over and over again and reach a bigger audience, because 50 to 100 creators posting once a day is a lot more beneficial to them and cheaper and more reach than the agency model, which we spoke about, that is a few videos, a handful of videos for a very high ticket price. So the process of how this works, once you get signed on to a campaign, a brand will pay you to create a brand new TikTok account. Some will ask you to create an Instagram account as well with this, which doesn't take any more work. So you create the TikTok account, you create one video per day for the most part, sometimes 5 a week, one video per day, following their template or their scripts. You chop that up, no editing skills. I do it all on my phone, like CapCut, Instagram Edits app, or directly in the TikTok app. Once you post it to TikTok, then you will take that video, because TikTok downloads it to your camera roll, upload the same exact piece of content to Instagram. Not only are you paid, $600, $1,000, $2,000 a month for that set of 30 videos, you're additionally paid view bonuses, an incentive to go viral and keep the quality of the content good. Even though there's no camera or editing really involved, it creates an incentive for you to produce good content, produce engaging content, get people to interact with it and watch your full video, because you get $1 to up to $3, $4, $5 per 1,000 views. So when you can crack going viral, that's when the income ceiling raises from your retainers through the roof, where view bonuses step in and you can start making $1,000 plus per video. And the third way you get paid for this is selling usage rights. So initially, the retainer comes in, so you have a consistent income, that a set amount you're going to make each month. Second is the view bonuses, which add up very fast. Third is usage rights. So if a video performs really well, or it is just a very well put together video that the brand wants to use as an ad, you not only have that video and got paid to record it, probably paid for the view bonuses on top of that, but now you can sell them usage rights for them to now run paid ads with your content. And that looks something like $100 for 30 days of ad usage rights, or a few $100s for 90 days of usage rights. And it's just a free bonus, a free upsell for a piece of content you already created and already got paid to create. And to get these brands to acknowledge you and actually see you as a creator, as a professional, before you ever even start, is having a very clean and professional framed portfolio. And this is something extremely simple. You go to Canva, create a UGC portfolio. It's going to be about 5 pages, a little bit about yourself. You're going to have demo videos that make it look like you're already creating content to showcase to them you know how to talk to a camera, you're comfortable speaking, you're in good lighting. You don't even need lights. This studio is extra. This is for YouTube. But for these videos, you can sit in front of a window or just have a little light or turn your brightness up on your computer and make it work like that. They just want to see that you can create content before they ever take the time talking back and forth, negotiating a deal, and having you start posting content. They're not going to take that risk of it being terrible and then having to take the time to onboard you and then fire you if you can't create good content. So your portfolio comes into play by showcasing to them who you are, where you're from, the content that you can create, and the professionalism of having a clean portfolio just shows the extra step to get these brands to acknowledge you and to bring you onto their creator campaign and start paying you for deals. And to get your portfolio in front of these brands where they'll actually see it and be able to reach out to you and work a deal where not only they're paying you, but you can negotiate those prices to earn a fair amount and earn even more than they're paying other creators, is going to be a few different avenues. First off, being SideShift. It's an app where brands have job campaigns, content campaigns listed, and you add your featured videos, those demo videos, and you just go through applying. It's like they market it as like basically Tinder for content creators. It's a marketplace for content creators and brands to link up, and not only you can apply through there, you can set up campaigns, it tracks your stats, your views, and you get paid through the same platform. That's step one. Option one. Option two, there's other apps like Artec. There's Discord communities, there's free ones, there's paid Discord communities that you can join to get more exclusive deals and higher paying deals than are on these apps, as well as Tribe, which is more of a meta ads platform where you'll create just a handful of videos and send them to the brand via Tribe, and then you make a commission off the sales, which is better than just a random affiliate commission because they're putting ad spend behind the videos that get approved. So there's multiple different avenues. There's also like creator communities where they coach you and then they hand you exclusive deals. Like the creators in my community, I hand them a lot of deals because I have the brand relationships built up to where brands reach out to me to have access to my creators because I've trained them on how to produce good content and how to lock in these deals and how to fulfill and scale. And once you're in the game long enough, even a couple months of producing good content, you can actually have a lot of brands reach out to you to join their campaigns. I get a lot of inbound deals from brands reaching out to me because they see my UGC content, they see different accounts that I'm running, posting for other brands, and they want my face, my creativity, my personality to be promoting their product or their app. And they reach out to me via email, Instagram DMs. I've had some text me. I don't know how they get my phone number, but once you start producing good content, brands will start reaching out to you because you're a asset to their brand. And instead of vetting new creators, once you're in the space a few months, they will want to work with somebody. They will take the extra effort to reach out to you because they want to work with somebody that's already producing good content and they see your account growing for another brand, and now they're utilizing that asset for their brand because you can take on a lot of these deals at the same time. Last month alone, I was on 11 deals at once, and like I said, posting a bunch of times per day, so you can stack up these retainers and the view bonuses, and everything just honestly creates a ridiculous amount of income. And when you first step into the game, you're gonna have to pick up lower paying deals than the ones I talked about of landing $2,000, $3,000 a month campaigns. You're gonna be picking up deals for $400, $600, $800 a month, $900 a month for these initial contracts to get your foot in the door, start creating content, and then you increase the retainer amount as you move forward with the brand, as they like your content, you produce well, or you perform well. They raise your contract, and you can pick up better, higher paying deals as you gain experience and basically a name in the UGC space. And when you start out, each deal, each video should take no more than 30 minutes per day. So that's like for baseline, very entry level creators. If you've never posted a piece of content before and you're just figuring out editing, scripting, recording, all this stuff, and you're just trying to get your foot in the door, it's going to take you about 30 minutes per video with prep to post. And as you move forward with this and get more comfortable, I was able to stack up those 11 campaigns into a 4-hour chunk on Monday and then a 4 to 5 hour chunk on Tuesday, and have all of my content done for all those brands for the entire week. And then you just take the time to, 5 minutes out of your day to go post each piece of content, and that frees up a lot of your time. And then 2 things that you absolutely need stepping into UGC. One is to be coachable, because brand managers, campaign managers, founders of these apps, they need to work with you, and they have critiques, they have certain KPIs that they want to hit with the content, conversion rates, and so they're going to maybe send you some critiques for content. And the UGC world is a lot smaller than you would expect. Yes, there are thousands of creators, hundreds of thousands of creators, thousands of brands, probably hundreds of thousands of brands. But with the campaign managers and these founders and creator community managers like myself are in a pretty tight-knit group. So you don't want to ruin your relationship with a campaign manager. So when they give you feedback and want you to tweak something in the video or make your next piece of content leaning a little bit more in this format or this direction, implement that in your next video, because you're going to make their job easier, make them more money, which in turn gets you more deals and makes you more money, because each campaign manager is managing more than one deal, more than one brand. So if they like you as a creator working underneath them, you can ask them to be put on more of their deals that they're managing. So then you don't have to go through the application process of finding new deals. You go directly to the manager of a deal you're already on. And I've picked up a lot of my deals that way by going to the campaign manager, telling him, hey, I'm looking to pick up 3 to 4 more deals this month. And he's like, yeah, I'm on this one and this one. I'm managing this one and this one. Which one do you want? And I'm like, I can pick or take both of them. And because I've built that relationship, made their job easier, been very coachable, they're happy to have me work with another campaign that they're managing. And you'll also have trial periods for these brands, where some of them will have a month-long trial, some will have a 2-week trial. So if you have good communication, you're coachable, these brands will not only take the initial month contract and maybe extend it, but they can also raise your retainer in the months moving forward. That's how I've been able to stack up a lot bigger retainers, and a lot more as a whole, a lot more revenue as a whole for the month by increasing each retainer rate as the months go on, extending the contracts from the initial month or the initial trial period to then 3-month contracts, 6-month contracts with certain brands. And I know I touched on it before, but I wish someone had been more involved or more prominent in coaching me on how to batch record content and how important that actually is. Because when you start stacking up more than 4, 5, 6 deals at once, recording 6 new videos every day does get hectic. But if you can sit down at the beginning of the week and be in one mindset, recording all your content for one specific brand, you can knock that out. Instead of taking 30 minutes a day, you can knock the entire week out in 1 hour sitting, Monday morning. And then you move to the next brand, do the same thing the next hour. So batch recording not only frees up your time for the rest of the week, but it also makes the prep, the filming, and the editing a lot more streamlined and a lot faster as you move forward with picking up more deals. So I'd recommend, even if you start out with 1 deal, knock out your week's worth of content on Monday, so then you get in the routine of that batch recording and build the right foundation to be able to scale this when it turns more into a business than a side hustle. So now I just opened up a private community for creators or beginners that are wanting to dive into this and learn how to start and scale UGC. And I've had some of my creators that I've coached already surpass my first month when they joined. And I have creators doing $5,400, $5,600, $6K, $7K in their first months just by following this blueprint. Able to go a lot more in depth on each piece in our calls, in the group chat, in all of the content. The library, or the content library, is extensively growing at really fast speeds because any of my free time I get in there that I'm not putting out personal brand content, I'm trying to bring as much value and help my creators grow as fast as possible. So not only do you get the content, the coaching, and the community, you get the exact outreach scripts that I use so you can copy, paste, automate your outreach. You get the portfolio templates that I personally use and have generated over $60,000 in the past couple months. Weekly Zoom calls with me in the community, as well as a monthly call where I bring on a guest that is crushing it in the UGC space. Last month we brought on a 19-year-old doing $15,000 to $24,000 a month strictly off his UGC retainers. Next month we have an expert in going viral on UGC. He's generated tens of millions of views, and those view bonuses stack up, and that's where I want to help you guys grow. So we bring on monthly guests. I'm in the calls every single week, Q&A, coaching on subtopics on each micro piece of UGC and how to get past each bottleneck. So this is for you whether you're just starting and stepping your foot in the door and don't know where to start, or you're dabbling in it a little bit and ready to actually make this work and scale. And all of my knowledge and experience, along with other creators that I'm learning from and have in the community, are compiled into what I've called UGC Kickstarter. So what I want you to do right now is not overthink this by the information overload I just dumped on you. I want you to DM me the word Kickstarter, and we will talk about where you are now, where you want to go, and if me and my community can be the ones to help you get there in your UGC journey. I am keeping the community pretty exclusive for people that are really serious about diving in and giving this a true shot, not just testing the waters to see what might work. So if that's you, DM me Kickstarter, and I'm excited. We'll talk soon.